Hello, my name is Ingrid Thompson and I'm Director of McFarland Senior Outreach. Today is October 26, 2012, and we're having our annual Volunteer Appreciation event. We have 54 volunteers who service the McFarland Senior Department in one capacity or another. We have people who are serving on committees. We have people who make quilts. We have people who drive seniors to medical appointments. We have people who work in the kitchen or deliver meals. And we have people who do office work or computer work or a variety of things for us. In 2012, the total hours that these people are estimated to have given are 2,600, and the value of those hours are over $27,000. In fact, it's closer to $28,000, which has saved the village of McFarland from having to pay people to provide these services. So today we invite you to come and join us for this wonderful event, and we're excited to have you here. Thank you. Hello everybody. Welcome to our annual Volunteer Appreciation event. We're always excited to see you. At least once a year, a lot of you, we only communicate by phone and email, and we don't get you through the building, so it's nice to see you. For those of you who may not know who I am, I'm Ingrid Thompson. I'm the director of the program. And then I want to introduce my staff. We've got Sarah Sprang here. She's one of our case managers. Lori Anderson, another case manager. And Sheena Scott, she's with the nutrition program here. Now you're probably wondering why we aren't dressed up like we sometimes are, but the theme is, volunteers are winners, and we were trying to go with the Olympics this year. So you notice we've got the rings up here, and we're wearing, our Olympic gear, and I know some people are asking why I only have third place, and it's because I've never won first place. I didn't have any medals for that, but we passed around some medals to our staff to wear. Just want to recognize what kinds of volunteers we have sitting in our audience. So anybody that serves on our advisory committee, raise your hand. Okay, we've got George Fuller. Our advisory committee meets usually 6 times a year, and what they do is that I tell them what kinds of programs and events and activities we're thinking about, and they give us ideas and they give us some advice as to how we should operate our department. And if they have any specific recommendations, we take it to the village board, and the village board votes on it. What about our endowment committee? Anybody from our endowment committee here? Okay, our endowment committee meets as needed. But if you've ever heard of the endowment fund is funds that are available for those seniors who might have unusual circumstances, financial circumstances, that don't qualify them for any particular program. For example, their car breaks down. There's no really program for that, and if they've got tight money, they may need that. We had somebody, for example, that needed a smoke alarm, and he was hearing impaired, so needed to have a flashing one that was very unique. And so we buy some things, or we help some people get some things that might be unusual. What about those people who either work in the kitchen or drive meals to deliver them? Want to raise your hand? Quite a few people. We rely on these a lot. These people have come, we serve meals Monday through Friday here. The food is prepared by Consolidated. Consolidated brings it here, and then our staff and volunteers packages them, and other volunteers take them out and deliver them. If you have followed our newsletter, that last week we celebrated the 40th anniversary in Dane County of the nutrition program in Dane County. But our program didn't start until later because our department itself didn't start until 1993. But prior to that, before we had a department, the Lioness Club was taking food out. Linda Knight used to be our staff member. Linda, raise your hand. She was our outreach worker, and she was the very first person who came on board when we started this department. RSVP rides. Who gives RSVP rides? Raise your hand. George, you do too. Yeah. Okay. RSVP rides are taking people to medical appointments who don't have transportation any other way. And usually the appointments are Stoughton, McFarland, and Madison. How about the sewing group? Hey, they're all at one table. All right, the RSVP sewing group is, they received donated fabric and yarn and a variety of other things, and RSVP assigns them certain topics or items that they would like them to make, and then those items are distributed to people in need. So they do a marvelous job. In fact, I should have told you, they put in over $1,000 a year totally, not only in their meetings but outside of their meetings. And then miscellaneous. We have somebody who does, Mary does Sam's program, she does computer. Dennis, you do the website, he helps with that. Who is our other miscellaneous? Grace is our office person. She's here Monday and Wednesday morning, 2 hours at least, on every Monday and Wednesday, and she comes from Verona. She used to live, yes, and she's over 90 years old. I'm not going to say how much older, but she used to live here in McFarland, and she kind of got attached to us, and we kind of got attached to her, so she keeps coming back, and we're glad that she's here. And Lee McLaughlin, she comes in, and when we have meetings and can't answer the phone, she covers the phone. Any other miscellaneous? Mary Ann Newport kind of helps out with miscellaneous. She comes in and covers the office when we need office coverage. Great. Have I hit everybody? Well, combined, you have estimated over 2,600 hours that you gave this past year at a value of almost $28,000. $28,000 you've saved the village of McFarland, and you've helped us tremendously because we can't do that without you. We couldn't provide these programs without you. So thank you very much. Just help yourself to continue to refreshments. We'll turn it over to John. John's a local person. He lives here in McFarland, and we've had him before entertaining, and some of you said, bring him back, bring him back. So we brought him back, and he'll entertain you, and then we'll have a follow-up at the end. So enjoy yourself. Thanks, John.
Thank you. And the winners are you. One day I was on the ground when I needed a hand, it couldn't be found. I was so far down that I couldn't get up. With my hand looked like a loser, even my friends were my accusers. In my head I'd lost before I'd begun. I had a dream and it turned to dust. What I thought was love, it must have been a lust. I was living in style when the walls came in. I played my hand, looked like a joker, living around. Fate must have woke her, 'cause Lady Luck, she was waiting outside my door. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning, and I don't intend to be losing again. Catch a theme going on here? Too bad it belonged to me. It was the wrong time, not meant to be. It took a long time, but I'm newborn now. I can see the day that I bleed for, and if it's agreed that there's a need to play the game, I'll be winning again. Sing it with me. I'm winning, I'm winning, real simple. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning, and I don't intend to be losing again. One more. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning, and I don't intend to be losing again. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. It is wonderful to be playing back here in McFarland, my hometown. I live just across town. So for one thing, it's a nice, easy trip here today. Tomorrow night, I'm playing at a party in Chicago. I've got a little more of a commute. So it's wonderful to see you folks again. I see some familiar faces and some new ones. So welcome. As Ingrid said, we do have a theme going today. Winners. Volunteers are winners. And so what I've designed a very special show for you today. I have never done this show quite the same quite this way before, so we'll see what happens. But I took one of my programs called Love or Something Like It, a lot of love songs, caring songs, because that's the kind of people you folks are. And I added at Ingrid's request some songs about winning, like that one, Winning by Santana. And so I'm going to be kind of mixing the two. And sometimes winning songs can be love songs, or sometimes they're the opposite of winning, which is losing, I guess, which would be the subject of this song by the late, great Hank Williams. The news is out all over town. You've been seeing out running around. Well, I know that I should leave, but then I just can't go, Lord. You win again. This heart of mine could never see what everybody knew but me. Just trust in you was my great sin. But I just can't go, Lord. You win again. Well, I'm sorry for your victim now. Soon his head, like mine, will bow. He'll give his heart, but all in vain. And someday say, Lord, you win again. You have no heart, you have no shame. You take true love and share the blame. I guess that I should not complain, 'cause I love you still, Lord. You win again. I love you still, Lord. You win again. Thank you. God bless Hank Williams. He could really write a sad song, couldn't he? Well, here's a song involving a horse race. You know, there's winners and losers in a horse race. And this is a song by, I guess, one of Hank Williams' contemporaries, Mr. George Jones. It was a big hit for him, I think, about 1965, called The Race Is On. I feel tears welling up cold and deep inside, like my heart's sprung a brick break, and a stab of loneliness so sharp and painful that I can never shake. You might say I was taking it hard when she wrote me off with a call. Don't you wager I'll hide my sorrow, then I can break right down and fall. Now the race is on and here comes pride up the backstretch. Heartaches are going to the inside. My tears are holding back, they're trying not to fall. My heart's out of the running, love's right for another's sake. The race is on and looks like heartaches, winner loses all. One day I ventured in love, never once suspecting what the final result would be. How I live in fear of waking up each morning to find that you were gone from me. There's a pain in my heart, but today was the one I hated to face. Somebody new came up the winner, and I went out in second place. Now the race is on, and here comes pride up the backstretch. Heartaches are going to the inside. My tears are holding back, they tried not to fall. My heart's out of the running, two loves scratch for another's sake. The race is on, it looks like heartaches, winner loses all. Now the race is on, it looks like heartaches, winner loses all. Yeehaw! Well, I saw a few of you singing with me on that one. I'm going to try to get a few more of you to sing. Because, you know, let's make this a sing-along. You're going to know some of these songs for sure. So if you know a song, why don't you sing it with me? Because the more you sing, the better I sound. Here's one I bet most, if not all of you know. You know, there's a lot of different kinds of love, of course, and how many of you folks have grandkids? I do. That's a pretty strong kind of love, isn't it? And, you know, it's really nice when they're babies. So I'm going to sing a couple songs here about babies. And they're actually kind of babies that grow up into beautiful ladies, but you'll see what I mean. You're going to know this one. I want you to sing with me. It goes all the way back to the 1920s. Baby face, you got the cutest little baby face. Come here, you. There's not another one to take your place. Baby face, my poor heart is jumping. You really started something, baby face. I'm in heaven when I'm in your warm embrace. I didn't need a shove, I just fell in love with your pretty little baby face. I didn't need a shove, I just fell in love with your pretty little baby face. Thank you. Why don't you keep singing with me? You might know this one too. This is a song with which I made my professional singing debut. It was back at the tender age of only 5 years old at the Sunset Supper Club in Muscatine, Iowa, my hometown. And I must admit that I did it mainly because the piano man bribed me with a nickel. Back then, that was a lot of money. Oh, you must have been a beautiful baby, sing with me. You must have been a beautiful child. When you were only starting to go to kindergarten, I bet you drove those little boys wild. And when it came to winning blue ribbons, I bet you showed the other kids how. I could see the judge's eyes as he handed you the prize, as you made the cutest bow. Oh, you must have been a beautiful baby, 'cause baby, look at you now. Yeah, you must have been a beautiful baby, 'cause baby, look at you now. Thank you. Well, you know, those babies grow up, don't they? And before you know it, they're teenagers. You folks remember when you turned 16? Yeah, you know, that's a big age in a kid's life, you know, for some reason. I guess maybe because you get your driver's license, you get more freedoms too. And for some people, when they turn 16, they might feel their first pangs of romance. So there's been a lot of songs about turning 16, and I'm going to do a couple of them, I would say for you, but I bet you might remember them, so do them with me if you know them. They're both popular in the early 1960s. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, happy birthday, sweet 16. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, happy birthday, sweet 16. Nights and nights I've waited for, because you're not a baby anymore. You turned into the prettiest girl I've ever seen. Happy birthday, sweet 16. What happened to you? That funny face, my little tomboy's wearing satin and lace. I can't believe my eyes were such a teenage dream. Happy birthday, sweet 16. When you were 6 years old, I was like your big brother. And when we were 10, we didn't like each other. When you were 13, you were my funny Valentine. And now you're grown up, your future's sewed up. From now on you're gonna be mine. If I smile with sweet surprise, years that you've grown up before my very eyes. You turned into the prettiest girl I've ever seen. Happy birthday, sweet 16. Everybody, sha la 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 la. Happy birthday, sweet 16. Sha la 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 la. Happy birthday, sweet 16. Sha la 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 la. Happy birthday, sweet 16. Great, keep singing. Here's another one. You come on like a dream, peaches and cream, lips like strawberry wine. You're 16. You're beautiful and you're mine. Your old ribbons and curls, you want a girl, eyes that sparkle and shine. You're 16, so beautiful and you're mine. You're my baby, you're my pet. We fell in love on the night we met. You touched my hand, my heart went pop. Ooh, when we kissed, we could not stop. You walked out of my dreams and into my arms. Now you're my angel divine. You're 16. You're beautiful and you're mine. You're 16. So beautiful and you're mine. You're 16. You're beautiful and you're mine. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for that great singing. Keep it up. We got a lot of good ones to go. I'm going to hop back to our winner's theme for a second with a song about card play. We have any card players in the audience? Any of you like to play cards? Oh, come on. There's got to be so. Yeah, you can admit it. Okay, here's a song about winning at cards. And maybe you remember this song. It was a big hit for Kenny Rogers in 1988. It's called The Gambler. So, you know it? Sing it with me. On a warm summer's evening, on a train bound for nowhere, met up with the gambler. We were both too tired to sleep, so we took turns of staring out at the darkness. Poured him overtook us, and he began to speak. He said, "Son, I've made my life out of reading people's faces, knowing what the cards were by the way they held their eyes. So if you don't mind my saying, I can see you're out of aces. For a taste of your whiskey, I'll give you some advice." So I handed him my bottle, and he drank down my last swallow. Then he bummed a cigarette, asked me for a light. And the night got deathly quiet, and his face lost all expression. Said, "If you're gonna play the game, boy, you gotta learn to play it right. You gotta know when to hold 'em." Say it with me. Know when to hold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money, but when you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. Now every gambler knows the secret to surviving is knowing what to throw away, knowing what to keep, 'cause every hand's a winner, every hand's a loser, and the best that you can hope for is to die in your sleep. And when he finished drinking, speaking, he turned back toward the table, crushed out a cigarette, faded off to sleep. And somewhere in the darkness, gambler, he broke even. And in his final words, I found a days that I can keep. You gotta know when to hold 'em. Let me hear you. Know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. You gotta know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at table, there'll be time enough for counting. When the deal is done, you gotta know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting. When the deal is done, there'll be time enough for counting. When the deal is done. Thank you. And again, thanks for the great singing. Boy, I felt like I was entertaining at the Grand Ole Opry or something. Wonderful singing, thank you. Okay, well, here's a couple love songs that go back a little ways, back into the 1940s. And they were hits for two different male vocal groups. One was the Ink Spots, and one was the Mills Brothers. You folks, some of you folks remember those groups? Yeah, they were good, weren't they? So, well, if you remember them, you probably remember the songs too. So, you folks who were around back then, remember the songs, sing them with me. Well, let's start with Ink Spots. Miss a Saturday dance, heard they crowded the floor, couldn't bear it without you, don't get around much anymore. Thought I'd visit the club, might have gone, but what for? Couldn't bear it without you, don't get around much anymore. Oh, darling, I guess my mind's more at ease. Nevertheless, washed her up memories, been invited on dates. Might have gone, but what for? It's awfully different without you. Don't get around much anymore. Let me hear you. Oh, my darling, I guess my mind's more at ease. Nevertheless, washed her up memories, been invited on dates. Might have gone, but what for? Awfully different without you. Don't get around much anymore. Awfully different without you. Don't get around much anymore. Thank you. Okay, keep singing with me. Here's the Mills Brothers. I'm gonna buy a paper doll that I can call my own. A doll that other fellas cannot steal. And then those flirty, flirty guys with their flirty, flirty eyes would have to flirt with dollies that are real. When I come home at night, she will be waiting. She'll be the truest doll in all the world. I'd rather have a paper doll that I could call my own than have a fickle-minded real-life girl. You know what's coming, right? Well, I must have seen $1 million or more, and must have played that doll game o'er and o'er. And it's more too soon, that's why I'm blue. She's gone away and left me just like all those dollies do. I tell you folks, it's hard to be alone, and it's hard to love a doll that's not your own. I'm through with all of them, I'll never fall again, so what am I gonna do? I'm gonna buy a paper doll that I can call my own. A doll that other fellas cannot steal. And then those flirty, flirty guys with those flirty, flirty eyes will have to flirt with dolls that are real. Yeah, when I come home at night, she'll be waiting. She'll be the truest doll in all the world. I'd rather have a paper doll that I can call my own than have a fickle-minded real-life girl. I'd rather great songs, weren't they? Hey, I'm going to fast forward my time machine about 10 years to the 1950s and do a couple songs by the King of Love. And I know, you're probably thinking that's me, but no. This is the real king. I'm talking about Elvis Presley. Well, bless my soul, what's wrong with me? Bitching like a man on a fuzzy tree. My friends say I'm acting wild as a bug, I'm in love. Oh, I'm all shook up, yeah. Ready, my hands are shaking and my knees weak. Some feet stand on my own 2 feet. Who do you think when you have such a walk? I'm in love. Oh, I'm all shook up, yeah. Well, please don't ask me what's on my mind. I'm a little shook up, but I'm feeling fine. But I'm that girl that I like best. Well, my heart beats so it scares me death. She touched my hand, what a thrill I got. Lips are like a volcano that's hot. I'm proud to say that she's my buttercup. I'm in love. Oh, all shook up, yeah. Well, tongue gets tied when I try to speak. My inside's shaking like a leaf on a tree. There's only one cure for that body of mine, that's to have that girl I love so much. She touched my hand, what a thrill I got. Lips are like a volcano that's hot. Yeah, I'm proud to say that she's my buttercup. I'm in love. All shook up, yeah. All shook up. Thank you. Here's what I believe is my favorite Elvis song. I think a lot of you know this one. Love me tender, love me sweet, never let me go. You have made my life complete, and I love you so. Love me tender, love me true, all my dreams fulfill. For my darling, I love you, and I always will. Love me tender, love me long, tell me you are mine, for it's there that I belong till the end of time. Here we go. Love me tender, love me true, all my dreams fulfill. For my darling, I love you, and I always will. Love me tender, love me dear, take me to your heart. I'll be yours through all the years, and we'll never part. Love me tender, love me true, all my dreams fulfill. For my darling, I love you, and I always will. Love me tender, love me true, all my dreams fulfill. For my darling, I love you, and I always will. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks beautiful singing. Well, I'm going to jump ahead about another 10 years back to when I was a kid growing up. And the band on everybody's mind was called the Beatles. I'm going to sing a song by one of the Beatles, written by Paul McCartney. The song is about kind of, you know, being in love as you get older. It's called When I'm 64. But I have to tell you, Paul McCartney wrote this song when he was 27 years old. I mean, what did he know about being 64, right? But more recently, this summer, Paul McCartney turned 70. So maybe now he might know what he's talking about. You know what? Sing it with me. When I get older, losing my hair many years from now, will you still be sending me a Valentine, birthday greetings, bottle of wine? If I head out till 2:45, would you lock the door? Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64? You'll be older too. And if you say a word, I could stay with you. I could be handy bending a fuse when your lights have gone. You can knit a sweater by the fireside, Sunday morning go for a ride, doing the garden, pulling the leaves. Who could ask for more? Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64? Every summer we could rent a cottage in the Isle of Wight if it's not too dear. We shall scrimp and save. Grandchildren on board me, Vera, Chuck, and Dave. Send me a postcard, drop me a line, stating point of view. Indicate precisely what you mean to say. You're sincerely wasting away. Give me your answer, fill in a form. I'm forevermore. Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64? Woo! Thank you. Sid Sullivan used to sing, "Ladies and gentlemen, the Beatles." Yeah. Oh, would you like to hear something that I wrote? Sure. Yeah, the correct answer is yes, John, we would love to. Well, as long as you twist my arm. Okay, it's a love song. And, you know, I mean, I'm no spring chicken. You know, I've been very happily married for quite a while now. But there comes a time in every relationship when, you know, sometimes you just kind of have to stir up the pot a little bit, you know, and look for some of that old-time love. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ain't no wrong, ain't no right, just a hopeful little gleam of light, illuminating what could be a world pared down to you and me, nestling by the firelight. Oh, the phone, or the wine, I do believe I hear St. Valentine. His visit may be overdue, but I'm still hoping he'll pull through, looking for some old-time love. So tight we're stuck together, nothing gonna pull us apart. But with this chilly weather, our batteries are dying for a quick jump start. It's just you, it's just me, it's just kinda like it used to be. would say we just turned back the clock, looking for some old time love. In your form, in your face, I'm still a witness to amazing grace. If I could only catch your eye, you know I'd surely testify what moves me at this time and place. Hit the light, close the book, give your lover boy another look. You may think we're past our prime, but baby, there's always time. Looking for some old time love. Never had a cent of money, but holy cow, the things that we did. Don't you remember, honey, tuning out the job and the mortgage and kids? I'm still yours, you're still mine. And so once again, for old lang syne, we could really have a blast. Back to living in the past, so looking for some old time love. Looking for some old time love. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Well, sometimes, you know, if a love's strong enough, it can outlast even the two people who are, okay, thank you for coming. It can outlast even the two people who are in love. This is a very pretty old song written by Mr. Oscar Hammerstein way back in the 1930s. If some of you remember it, sing it with me. It's called When I Grow Too Old to Dream. We have been gay, going our way. Life has been beautiful, we have been young. Now that you're gone, life will go on like an old song we have sung. When I grow too old to dream, I'll have you to remember. When I grow too old to dream, your love will live in my heart. So kiss me, my sweet, then let us part. And when I grow too old to dream, that kiss will live in my heart. When I grow too old to dream, your love will live in my heart. Thank you. And it is okay to get tears on that song. I have a hard time keeping them back. Beautiful song, isn't it? Well, as long as you said yes to one of my songs, I'm going to try another. You know, it's even possible to love things not of this earth, I guess. Here's a little song I wrote with God in mind. When I wake up in the morning, it's beside me in the bed. In the daytime without warning, it creeps into my head. When I'm feeling lonely, as the shadows draw the night, like a beacon on a lighthouse, it's always in my sight. testify. I want to testify to your love. Sometimes the path is open, it's a bright and sunny day. Sometimes it's rough and rocky and detoured all the way. When you're close beside me, it's there that I belong. Like a meadow with a flower, like a robin with a song. Sing with me if you want to. I want to testify. I want to testify to your love. That's all there is to it. I want to testify. I want to testify to your love. In your arms I'm lifted higher than I ever thought I'd be. Come answer my desire with fire to set me free. And I want to testify. I want to testify to your love. I want to testify. I want to testify to your love. Wish all the world could feel it, just as righteous as I do. Each Muslim, Jew, and Buddhist, and all the holy rollers too. There'd be nobody fighting, 'cause there'd be no reason why. They'd be too busy living to want to kill or die. Everybody. I want to testify. I want to testify to your love. I want to testify. I want to testify to your love. One more. I want to testify. I want to testify to your love. I want to testify. I want to testify to your love. Thank you. Great singing. Pretty good. Considering you've never heard the song before. Thank you. Okay, here's a good song for you volunteers. Because, you know, when people are in trouble, they know they can depend on you. They know they can lean on you for help, right? So here's a song that on that exact subject. It was popular in the 1970s. Mr. Bill Withers wrote and recorded it. So if you remember it, sing it with me. Sometimes in our lives we all feel pain, we all have sorrow. We are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long, but I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Clap your hands, you just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'll understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride. If I have things you need to borrow, no one will know those of your needs that you don't let show. Here we go. You just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem, you'll understand. We all need somebody to lean on. If there is a load that you can't bear, that you can't carry. I'm right down the road, and I'll bear your load. If you just call me, need a friend, just call me, anytime, just call me. Thank you. Thanks so much. And you know, once you do help people out, they can lean on you once in a while. Most of the time, they'll get their strength back. They'll come back strong, and as this song says, they'll be back in the high life again. When it used to seem to me that my life went on too fast, and I had to take it slowly, just make the good parts last. But when you're on the run, it's so hard to just slow down. So don't be surprised to see me riding in the private part of town. I'll be back in the high life again. Yeah, sing it. All the doors at once were closed will open up again. I'll be back in the high life again. All the eyes that watched me once will smile and take us in. And we'll drink and dance with one hand free. Let the world back into me. You know it'll be a sight to see. Back in the high life again. Well, you used to be the best, to make life be life to me. And I hope that you're still out there, and you're like you used to be. We'll have ourselves a time, we'll dance till morning sun. We'll let the good times come in, and we won't stop till we're done. I'll be back in the high life again. All the doors that closed one time will open up again. I'll be back in the high life again. All the eyes that watched me once will smile and take us in. And we'll drink and dance with one hand free. Let the world back into me. Know it'll be a sight to see. Back in the high life again. Back in the high life again. Thank you. Thanks. Well, I've got one more for you, but before I sing it, I would like to quick say a big thank you to the person who made my appearance and this party possible today, Ingrid Thompson. Real big hand for you. Thank you, Ingrid. Great party. It's good to be back. Well, you know, this is probably one of the most important songs in my life. It was originally taught to me by my mother when I was knee-high to nothing. And I taught it to my daughter when she was real little, and more recently I've taught it to my grandkids. And this song was originally a big hit in 1940 for a country singer named Jimmy Davis. The song was so popular that Jimmy Davis decided to run for governor of Louisiana and used it as his campaign song, and lo and behold, he won. That's the power of a good song. And I think you're gonna know it. So please, if you know it, sing it with me. It's called You Are My Sunshine. Yeah, you know it, don't you? You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. The other night, dear, as I lay sleeping, I I dreamt I held you so tight. When I woke, dear, I was mistaken. So I hung my head and I cried. Everybody, you are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. One more time. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Please don't take my sunshine away. Thank you so much. Keep up the good work, keep volunteering. God bless you all. You've been a wonderful audience. Thank you for coming today.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, John, for wonderful entertainment.
Thank you.
Nice choice of songs.
Okay.
Very nice choice of songs.
Thank
Yeah. Well, speaking of mothers, I heard, well, my mother did something too. How many of you had autograph books when you were younger? Yeah, okay. And you had your friends and people write in them. Well, my mother wrote in mine when I was younger, and for those of you who know me personally, my mother died when I was in college, so that was a long time ago. But it kind of goes with the theme of today. It says, when the great recorder comes to write against your name, he writes not whether you won or lost, but how you played the game. Okay, some of you were reciting that along with me. And to me, I think you represent the people who play the game well. You know, some people are struggling and vying for the power, for the money, for all of the things that are maybe materialistic, but not necessarily quality. And so when I think of compassion and sensitivity and giving and helping people, you know, that's what you guys do. And so you're playing the game well, and I really appreciate that. So I want to read a thankful. I am thankful. I'm thankful for the sun and rain that makes the garden grow, for dew wet morns when blades of grass with winter diamonds glow. I'm thankful for the sunset hour when world is tinged with gold, for daylight moments to be filled with all that they can hold. I'm thankful too for wind and storm. They make me stop and think that I'm not always on this earth. Time passes like a wink. I'm thankful for the harvest yield, for apples, gold and red, for ripened grain of many kinds that makes my daily bread. I'm thankful for my dog's delight of food and one kind word, for glimpses of wild furry friends and gracious feathered birds. I'm thankful for my neighbors all, for friends and kinfolk too, for loved ones near at evening prayers whenever day is through. I'm thankful for the pure, clean snow that blankets all in white, for a cozy fire when icy gales blow on a winter's night. I'm thankful for the stars that shine in heaven's velvet black, for a silver moon glow on my floor that probes the smallest crack. I'm thankful too for honk of geese or head they go by, for chimney smoke that spirals up into the dawn gray sky. I'm thankful for so many things I haven't space nor time. To list my blessings, every one would be a lengthy rhyme. But every moment of every day, I can, if but I try, find something to be grateful for, some jewel to the eye. For life is filled with precious gems of thought, insight, and deed. To find the loveliness of each, could it by itself a creed. So thank you for the hours and the things that you do for us. We really, really do appreciate it. And now as you head out the door, grab some cookies, put them in your pocket. There's coins on the table. Take them with you. And thanks for coming.
Thank you.